Sticky Noters, real life bard SticQeno here. Yo, we're getting Harbingers very soon. And we recently just saw the December livestream development update. Well, it was the November livestream development update, but it happened in December. And from what we saw, it seemed as if it was a solid showing for what we can expect for the Harbinger release. So this live stream really focused on the sport fishing and the Harbinger system. The sport fishing is actually pretty in depth, and we can go touch on that. Before we even got there though, Intrepid, they talked about how we can now link our Steam account to our Intrepid account, our Ashes of Creation account, if you signed up a long time ago, or if you've been using someone's referral code. If you use one of those links to sign up, that account that you use to initially play Ashes of Creation, you're gonna go and you're gonna connect your account there, which I probably should do. Everything is gonna be done through Steam, which I guess I'm not surprised about. I guess it makes sense if that's their big push. I guess it does make sense to just do everything through Steam. I guess we're preparing for this entire new age wave of things. They're still getting ready for the big Steam push that's happening when Harbingers releases, and sport fishing really took the center of the show today, honestly. I think it took a lot of people by surprise, and a lot of people are gassed with it, to be completely honest with you. People are pretty happy with it, and I mean, I'm not upset with it. I always say the game looks gorgeous, it looks beautiful, more added systems. I'm not upset with that at all. I think the biggest thing that a lot of people took away here though was the entire casting your reel in, catching the fish, and then having to go actually collect the fish, having to actually interact with the fish. I saw something, because I think there are a few ways that we can look at this. Could this be updated in the future? I do think it's something that could be updated where it's like, all right, well, we don't want that extra step. But at the same time, could this be something that's gonna stop botting? I had seen that in a comment and I thought that was actually a good take. I'm not sure how botting works because I never botted. You usually look at things like with bots, they have certain paths that they hit. But like with fish, I don't know, is it gonna do the actions? Because the fishing in itself is a mini game. So as you can see, the fish, they're doing moves and you have to match those moves with your keys. This looks fun. Number one, it's another way to be immersed. It's another activity, and it's another way to make some money in the game. This isn't the easiest game to make money in, if we're just keeping it a stack. Or you really have to, like, I don't want to say exploit is not the smartest word to use, but you really have to put forward your best talents when you're using your artisanship skills, right? If you're gonna make money. I think that this is a cool activity. I'm for it. Again, I'm always for just having newer things come touch the game, giving us more things to do. Again, what I'm really a fan of is just like that immersive feeling. We even get down to when they were in the open sea, just having these types of activities, doing these things like with your friends or with your guild. Here's the issue though. I guess it's not necessarily an issue. I think what happens is, and I'm gonna be honest, it's probably because we've been following the game for so long. Like we're just seeing piece after piece after piece after piece, and people want to see bigger updates. Sometimes I think that in the grand scheme of things, this is a good addition, but I think for where we are, it's like, okay, what can we do that's really gonna keep us here? And right, I think that type of question does come up sometime, but I think that with this live stream, Intrepid did answer that in a way with the Harbinger system. They also took some time to go through the big bad here, which is the big DLC or the big content drop that we've been waiting for, which is the Harbinger system. Harbingers is what we've all been talking about, and it's event. I just want to say I'm pretty gassed for it. Genuinely, I think that looking at this being something where number one, it's an end game activity, you're gonna get some great loot from here. People haven't even figured it out yet on the PTR. I really do think something like this is dope. 1000%. I think it's fun. Even watching the stream, watching them trying to get it done, go through those different waves, you know, and then once they even enter the Harbinger, I really do think it's cool. I think Ashes has a lot going for it right now, genuinely. We're going into Harbingers. We know we have sport fishing, which is cool. Nice little update. We know we have Harbingers, which is the big bad update that we've been waiting for. What other updates are coming along with the Harbingers update that we just haven't seen yet. Now, I know if there was a huge revamp in questing, and we know there have been a few things that have been tweaked that kind of lead you from destination to destination in terms of progressing your character along. If there were systems that are getting touched on that we weren't necessarily fully expecting, getting bigger updates than we were actually expecting, I think that's really gonna help this entire phase. I really do think it's gonna help this entire phase shine a bit brighter. I think, and I've said this before, I think that Harbingers is the true phase 3. I think that now too, that we're actually getting the ancients. Sure, yeah, we saw them in phase 1, phase 2, just kind of the big boss, but they're actually part of something here, right? They're actually part of content, which is pretty dope. So now we're moving into that. And again, even going into the Harbinger, I'm really hoping that this piece of content can really solidify what Ashes can mean to its community. Because again, it's crazy because there's so much going on. Not just like, oh, sports fishing, it's Harbingers, or maybe story arcs. It's not just that. We're still getting introduced into an entire new wave of people because the game is coming to Steam. So I think that everything that we're hoping for, we've been hoping for, it has to be present. And I feel good, genuinely. I really do feel good. I think this entire event seems pretty cool. I have always said, and I will always continue to say, what happens when the event continues to get run over and over and over and over? Where do we go from there? Because sure, I think we can all admit it's hard now. People aren't able to get through, yada, yada, yada. But there is going to come a time when people are able to get through this. They are gonna find a way. So where do we go from there? I think Intrepid is doing a great job telling people that it's still early, don't treat it like a final game. I really do have hope for the true phase 3. I genuinely do. I really do. I hope people don't figure it out quick enough though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope people don't figure out the true end game, I guess, if you would, super quick. But I think that they have a lot going for them. If Harbingers is in a spot that they want it to be, and that was something else, they don't have it up just yet because they just did the update. We talked about this a few videos ago. They're going crazy with the testing. They're going crazy with the PTR testing. And this is exactly why they've been feeding people into PTR to make sure everything is right. And they even talked about how there's another live stream development coming. We'll more than likely get it before Christmas. And they say they have a lot to share with us. So I think that, again, this is a very, very, very vital moment for Ashes of Creation as a whole, for Intrepid, for Ashes of Creation, for the player base. I feel good. I'm really hoping that we have some solid changes. My biggest hope though, genuinely my biggest hope, is that the new players coming in, I hope they enjoy the game. And I hope they enjoy the game enough to become a continuous player throughout the years. That's what I'm really hoping for. I don't want the game to go anywhere. I want to continue to play the game. I'm really hoping they just hit the nail on the head. I'm hoping we all have a great time. Like I said, I enjoyed the development live stream update, and I'm hoping that Harbingers turns out to be exactly what we want it to be. But I think Ashes is doing well, so I hope you all enjoy the Harbinger update. I'm super excited about the Harbinger release, and I'm even more excited about all of the different changes that have happened in Ashes of Creation. What class are you gonna take through this release? And why is it barred? Let your boy know in the comment section below. And if it's not barred, don't say anything. If you want to stay up to date with your boy, get on in the Discord. We're going to be playing Ashes, so come kick it with your boy. Feel free to follow me on X and Twitch. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.